was that there was a terrorist attack, which I didn't know what the hell that meant in the 2nd grade. I didn't know what that meant. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I actually have on my rubber bands like a good girl. So that might irritate some, but I need to be wearing them. I'm supposed to be wearing them 24 hours a day unless if I'm eating or brushing my teeth. So I'm trying to be a good girl and wear my rubber bands because I want to get these damn braces off. So today is September 11th, also known as 9/11. And I figured I would talk about it just because I haven't seen too many story times on it. Mind you, I was also fairly young when 9/11 took place. However, I do have some memories of it. So I just wanted to tell you guys my story just because I figured it'll be interesting too. And it's also another glimpse into my life. So I hope you guys enjoy it and I hope you keep watching. I also want to say, if you're new here, thank you for watching. I hope you stick around. If you are a returning subscriber and viewer, thank you so much, and it means the world to me that you guys are continuing to support me. If you have not already, please click that subscribe button down below and press the notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload a new video. We're going to try to get this story to 100 likes so that I could keep going with more stories, okay? If you guys like stories like this, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys want to hear more stories, please give it a thumbs up. Once again, thank you. So 9/11, 2001, I was about to enter the second, well, it was pretty much like the first week of school. I don't remember if it was like the first or second day of school. I know it was in the first week. However, I don't remember what day it was. Granted, this was the 2nd grade, so I don't remember it. I didn't have a diary at this time to write this down. And every time I did have a diary, people were reading my shit. So I didn't have diaries, unfortunately. So I had just entered the 2nd grade. Me and my brother were in the same school, my brother Nelson, which you guys will be getting an introduction to him as well really soon, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, we at the time we were in a school called PS 97 in the Lower East Side. I don't think that's the name of it anymore. I believe they went under a new name and it turned into a high school. And that's why we didn't stay there, because after that year it kind of transitioned over, so we ended up moving to different school. My parents had just got their apartment in the Bronx. They had just got their apartment in the Bronx probably like a week or two before we had started school. So the apartment was still fairly empty. It wasn't too crowded with furniture. We didn't even have like a real living room set. I do know that. And I know that I was attending school in the Lower East Side with my brother at the time. So I know that my mom had dropped us off at school, I believe. Yeah, she had dropped us off at school. All I remember was we were in school. School was going as normal as could be. And basically right before lunchtime, they had told everybody that there was a big commotion. I guess we didn't understand what had happened. They had said that there was a big accident, but that there was going to be an early dismissal, so they were alerting all of the children's parents. Now my mom at the time had worked downtown, so she wasn't too far. She was already in the Lower East Side because she had already worked in the area in my other brother's school, which I had mentioned. I went to Marta Valle later on. My mom at the time was working in Marta Valle while my brothers were attending there, so my mom was not too far at all. She's probably like a few blocks away. So she walked to get to us from school, and I remember like it wasn't even like, it was insane because it was so crowded. She had to pick us up out of school early. Everybody's parents were trying to get their kids out of school because of the situation. They didn't really go into detail too much as to what had happened with us because I believe we were all still young and we wouldn't have understood. All we were told was that there was a terrorist attack, which I didn't know what the hell that meant in the 2nd grade. I didn't know what that meant. So my mom basically told me, oh, well, I guess the building blew up or something is what my mom had told me. So she picked us up and we were going to start walking towards the train station to go up to the Bronx. Now, we had to walk by a lot of firemen, a lot of policemen. There was people in the street coughing. There was areas that was closed off. There was like so much stuff. It was so crowded. There was people crying. we had to walk by all of this, and all I remember thinking is just like, what is happening? Like, I was so scared. I kept asking my mom, like, what's happening? And she's like, I don't know, baby, we're trying to figure it out. Let's just get home so that you guys can be safe. I guess due to the terrorist attack, they had shut down the trains. Well, not shut down, but they had basically closed off the MTA system. Nobody could leave and nobody could get out of where they were. Because obviously they wanted to figure out what the hell was going on, and they wanted to make sure everybody was safe. So we were kind of stuck. We were stuck in the Lower East Side. My mom, it wasn't payday. She didn't have a lot of money on her. My dad is all the way in the Bronx, and my mom was calling my dad, telling him, like, well, we're down here. We can't go up there because the trains are shut down, so I'm going to have to figure out a place for us to lie our heads. Luckily, my mom's aunt at the time, she had lived in the Lower East Side, about a few streets down. It was quite a few blocks walking. It wasn't necessarily as low in the Lower East Side as where we were, but it was still considered the Lower East Side, but it was a few blocks down, so it's probably like 6-7 blocks of walking. And yeah, so we had to walk all the way to my mom's aunt's house, and we ended up like walking there. And I remember on the walk, we didn't have lunch at school because we didn't even make it to lunchtime. Everybody already had to leave. So I was starving, and I remember crying. I was like, Mom, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. And she's like, baby, I don't have any money on me. Like, you have to wait till we get to my aunt's house so that I could feed you and figure this out. And I was like, Mom, I'm so hungry. And me and my brother, we were both so hungry because we had just eaten probably like around 6-ish. And at that time, it was already like 9-10. So we were starving. We didn't know, like, we were hungry. And thank God, you have nice people sometimes that do pay attention. And I will forever be grateful to this man, because he didn't know our situation. He didn't understand, you know, what exactly was going on. But he knew that there were children hungry and my mom was by herself. So he gave my mom $20, and there was a hot dog vendor outside still working, still trying to make his money. There was a hot dog vendor, and he gave my mom $20, and he was like, here, take this, feed the kids, keep the change, just make sure that your kids are okay. God bless you. We are in a crazy time right now. Just please get your kids some hot dogs, pretzels, whatever. It's on me. I got it. And he gave my mom the money. So my mom ended up buying us like hot dogs and sodas and stuff, and we were able to eat our lunch essentially because we were starving. And it was just crazy. If you really think about it, everybody has a different story at that time. Sometimes people say, I remember sitting in my house and just watching it on the news, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, my dad was in the Bronx when this was happening, and he was watching the news, and he was calling my mom like, are you okay? You know, so everybody's story is just different. And it's crazy. You know, at this time, my mom's friend had worked in the World Trade Center, in one of the World Trade Center buildings. So she was there when that happened, and she did survive, fortunately, I believe. But it's just crazy. If you guys remember where you were 9/11, let me know down below. If you could tell me what you were doing, what you remember doing, if you remember seeing it on the news, if you were in New York yourselves, tell me what you were doing, because I think it's so interesting to see things like that where like everybody literally has a different story. You have people who had family that worked in that in those buildings. You have people that probably worked across the street, you know, things like that. And it's just crazy. Like, my school at the time was only a block or two away from that building, but we ended up spending a week in the Lower East Side in my great aunt's house and borrowing cousins' clothes and trying to figure it out. I never forgot it, I'll say that. But even like my boyfriend, I had asked him, I was like, what do you remember about 9/11? Obviously he was here in Fort Wayne, so his experience is gonna be different, and his was just more so, well, I saw it on the news. And I was like, yeah, well, I wasn't too far away, but I was very little. So that's all I really remember. I remember leaving school early. I remember being so hungry, and this man giving my mom money to feed us. And I remember us having to walk like 5 or 6 blocks to get to my great titi's house, and staying there for a few days while my dad was in the apartment in the Bronx all by himself. It was just crazy. Then when they finally opened up the subway system again, we were able to go back to the Bronx. But yeah, if you guys remember your experience around that time, please let me know down below. I would love to read through those comments and see how different it was for everybody. That's pretty much it. It's a very short and simple story. I hope you guys still enjoyed it nonetheless. Hopefully I can get these damn braces off. Let me zoom you in for a second. Hold on. Let me show y'all something. Hold on. Okay, so these 2 rubber bands I had, right? Then they gave me this one. And then my tooth that was tied to here, after my tooth exposure surgery, they told me it wasn't even moving. So I have to go back to my oral surgeon and get it pulled out completely. Let me pray this, y'all. I'm nervous. Ugh. But that's nothing to do with the story. That's just me venting. I love you all. I love you all, and I appreciate all of you guys for watching. And I hope that you guys continue to stay tuned on my journey with my channel. And I will catch you in the next one.